Hello beauties, welcome to another reading. Happy Easter for those of you who are celebrating, and happy new moon in Libra. And this is going to be a reading for the new moon in Libra pretty much. And I've got the Nadi spread, so also known as the treble cross, so I've got three different areas. This is the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the union energies. I've also got basically, this is where the divine masculine was. Well, this is where all these three energies were: present, future, advice card, and how the respective polarities feel towards the union. Quick thank you to everyone who is watching, really. Welcome if you're new, welcome to my loyal subscribers, never forget you guys. And just a big thank you to everyone who has interacted with me, really. Got some news. I'm not going to be doing any readings for the next until mid-May because I've got exams, so I'm really busy with work and studying basically, so I won't be able to do any private readings anymore for 6 weeks ish. I will carry on with the weekly readings, and just a massive special big hugs and shout out to everyone who has got a reading from me recently, and everyone who's donated as well. Can't forget you guys, thank you so much. And also I really appreciate the energy exchange, by the way, guys, and everyone who's liked, commented, shared. Thank you so much. I love interacting with you guys. Okay, let's go on to the reading. Really interesting reading today. So let's start with the divine masculine. So it's called the Nadi spread because in yoga the three central kind of channels for energy are the solar channel and the lunar channel, which are the masculine and the feminine channels, and the central one, which is the unity one, so the Ida, the Pingala and the Sushumna. So let's carry on with the divine masculine. Where was he in the recent past? You know, you can't make this up. It's the Four of Cups, so he didn't want to know. There was a time in the recent past where he just turned away from the twin flame connection, this beautiful, mysterious, complete, it's a sphere, it's complete, it's kind of like perfection, and he didn't want to know because it was so mysterious, it scared him. There were so many polarities that it kind of brought out the extremes in him, and he found that really terrifying. He couldn't really understand it, so he turned his back on it. There was a lot of feelings of ambivalence. So kind of on the one hand he really loved it and was amazed and fascinated by it, and on the other hand he was absolutely terrified, couldn't make sense of it, couldn't control it, how it made him feel, and because of that he turned away, and it kind of really attracted him and really repulsed him at the same time. But of course this is all a reflection of what was actually within him. Notice how the moon is in the background, and this is a full moon reading. Lots of illumination of the shadow side. I'm seeing that this sphere of the lit part is increasing and growing, and that's very symbolic of an increase in and the light shines on the card just as I say that, talking about illumination, and it's exactly that. It's lots of things that he didn't want to look at, that he didn't understand. They're coming to light, so he is understanding them, and that makes them a hell of a lot less terrifying. So, and you know, we're only really afraid of the unknown and stuff, so when we know what it is, you know, what you resist persists, what you see disappears, right? So that's kind of what's happening or has happened for them. I'm also being very drawn to it almost looks like this could be Orion's belt for some reason. I don't know if that's if that means anything to anyone, but it's the stars are aligning for the divine masculine. They have already aligned for the divine masculine. It's already done. So all of this nonsense that they feel like they've been going through, it's very much, it was on the cards anyway, since it was decided a very long time ago. And things in terms of the plan, fate, destiny, whatever you want to call it, the stars are aligning and everything's kind of clicking into place for whatever's meant to happen. And it's very much above his crown chakra and his left hand side, which is the feminine side, and well, they're all around him really, but especially this, so he's really balancing that side of him as well. Okay, moving on to the next card, where he is right now. We've got crown chakra. This card actually came out reversed. There are no reversals in this deck, but what that meant is just a lot of the energies that are coming in through the crown chakra are really moving, which is a great thing for them to do. They are moving all throughout his energy body and all the surrounding the divine masculine. So the energies of the highest vibration, because it's the crown chakra, the divine chakra, the chakra of illumination, of enlightenment for many people. Because when the if you want to call it, the kundalini energy kind of reaches from the base of the spine up the 7 major chakras to the Sahasrara chakra, which is the crown chakra, that's when a lot of people feel a sense of enlightenment. And if it stays that way, they remain enlightened. So those very, very high vibrational energies are moving their way around the divine masculine right now. So there's a lot of clearing and a lot of illumination and a lot of knowledge, and experiential knowledge either, not just, you know, a lot of people like to talk, but no, this is action, this is actual experience, this is the stuff that causes real transformation. That's what's going on for them right now. And where is it going to lead them? We've got this, the equivalent of the 9 of Pentacles, which is well-deserved reward. And what really struck me about this is the guy is standing right on the cliff face, or, you know, the edge, the precipice of this structure. He's right at the top. He's not 3rd place, he's not 2nd place, he's number 1. He's kind of exactly where he wants to be, where he needs to be, but there is absolutely no fear. This is the complete opposite of this guy. Complete opposite. He's looking down, he's holding on to the banister, he's all hunched over, really sad looking and afraid, and not in the light, he's in the darkness, he's turning away from the light here. But there was a reason for that. But now, with the illumination, he's right there, he's facing forward, and he's so confident and he's so brave, and he is just totally lit up. So, and this, it's like a mix of solar plexus and heart energy here, actually, that I'm getting as well as he's radiating, and also lots of divine energy is flowing into him too. So he's almost like a conduit, and just he's got this gorgeous halo, and he's very protected as well, and he's kind of realized he's feeling safe. He wasn't feeling safe in this 4 of Cups energy at all. But because of the transformation that he's going through right now, he's going to feel safe, and he's going to feel confident, he's going to feel reborn, and he's going to have a sense of self-worth that wasn't there before. So all this cowardly, sort of cowering victim mentality, I'm not good enough, blah blah, boring stuff, is going to, you know, leave and give way to this. This is like this heroic, this is like the hero protagonist of his own story, you know, the leading man, the winner. And that's how he's going to see himself. More importantly, he's going to see himself, while before he might have seen himself as a bit of a, dare I say it, loser. That's going to go. What's the advice card for the divine masculine? I'm so happy to see that for all of them. What's the advice is rest and reconsider. So this is, take your time, don't rush, even if it feels like there could be a bit of a delay. And there could be some delays for some divine feminines might perceive it as being a bit of a delay. But the advice is to take it easy, really integrate all of these things that are happening, and don't fight them. That's the main thing, divine masculine. Do not fight too much. If you see any negativity, if you spot that, then yeah, you can just acknowledge them and let them go. Don't get caught up in them. Don't let your fears run away with you. Don't run away with your fears. Just take a break, rest, reconsider, and let the energies integrate into your energy body, into all of your bodies. The energy body, the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, all of them. Just let it all settle, and be as open as you can to all of these energies. And a good way to do that would be to get as meditative as possible. If you do meditate, carry on. If you don't, do things that make you feel relaxed, especially, and make you feel grounded. So especially if you like doing any kind of sports that or activities that let you be out in nature. I know a lot of people hike, a lot of people kind of surf, a lot of people do things like snowboarding. I mean, it's a bit late for winter sports now. It's Easter, it's springtime, but anything, even if it's just going for a walk in the park, something like that, getting out in nature, gardening will really be beneficial, very relaxing at the very least. How are they feeling towards the union, the world? This means a lot of different things this time around. They're finally open to it. Again, the lotus here I'm being shown in yoga, the crown chakra is depicted as 1,000-petaled lotus, and when that opens, that's enlightenment. So, you know, I'm not saying they're going to turn into like these enlightened beings, but at 11:11 they are going to have a massive step up of their own journey towards enlightenment. So in many ways there will be a mini enlightenment, or the next level of it. These things happen incrementally, so, you know, they don't have to. I mean, it could, for some people, maybe they will just get completely enlightened. That would be great, but for most, the vast majority, it's not going to happen. But it is, in a way, because they're definitely going to level up, and they are definitely going to see things. It's also a card of travel. It's also a card of, for many, communication, for many, on the physical as well, I'm getting. And it's very, very, very much about bringing stuff from the physical, from the higher realms into the physical, and grounding things. But it's also a heart opening. It's the heart of the earth here, so it's very much an earthly. What that means in this card is that the heart, the physically, they are going to start acting. They're going to start feeling things consciously, and they're going to be very much more aware, very much more open, and they're going to, this is them embracing their own emotions, their own heart, and their own self. They're embracing themselves. So it's interesting, because this is how they feel towards union, but before they can embrace the union, they have to embrace themselves. So Divine Masculine, rest, reconsider, do whatever you have to do, meditate, and integrate these crown chakra energies that are coming in, and it will help with your heart opening and with your own enlightenment. It's going to be pivotal, a very, very, very important step. Again, I'm seeing the stars are aligning for this point, for this to happen. Massively important time, and this is the only major arcana. So how you feel towards the union, i.e. yourself, because they are the same thing, they are reflections of each other, that's the most important thing for you right now. That's going to be the most powerful aspect of this reading that I'm doing for you, this picture that I'm painting. Divine Feminine, let's move on to you. In your recent past, you've got reach out. Very simply put, what this means in this reading is you're not, that runner energy, sorry, that chaser energy is just gone. For many of you, it's completely gone. You're cool with not reaching out anymore. And you're much more receptive. You're cool with being receptive now. And she's just sitting here waiting patiently. She's kind of got her, you know, quite closed body language in many ways, but she's not closed, because she's pointing, her knees are pointing towards the Divine Masculine, but she's not doing anything. She's kind of holding back a little bit, but she's fine to wait. She's very content to wait, unlike before when she would have been, you know, grasping, but that grasping kind of energy is gone. Sorry, that was rather a dramatic hand gesture from me. So where's the Divine Feminine right now? We've got the Ace of Pentacles, one of the most auspicious cards, again, in the deck, in this particular deck, which is the John Holland Psychic Tarot of the Heart. We've got, it's called Strengthening Bonds, and very much this is kind of, she's because she's got her back to us, but she's kind of facing this golden light. Interestingly, these look like cherry blossoms in Tokyo. This is the very end of sakura season, cherry blossom season. It's so no wonder everyone in this country is obsessed with cherry blossoms. It's so romantic. It's amazing. So gorgeous. Anyway, she has got to focus. She's actually turning her focus away from, much like this card, she's quite happy. She's got the confidence to turn her back on the union for a little while, or for however, but she's concentrating on herself. She's following the gold. She's following her own light, and her own light is leading her this way. So she's very much going forward. She's going deeper into the journey. She's going deeper into her knowledge and the mysteries that await. And it's also, I'm getting a very strong message of it's a time to really focus on your work, your physical work, physical abundance as well, but it's more than just chasing the abundance, it's chasing the things that give you a sense of fulfillment. So, you know, we'll come to it more with the card that's talking about how she's feeling towards the union as well. So where is this Ace of Pentacles, strengthening bonds energy, going to take the Divine Feminine? We've got balance, which is the equivalent of temperance. And it made me think of Sagittarius, which is ruled, you know, this is the card of Sagittarius in the traditional tarot, which is temperance. In this deck, it's balance, which of course is this lovely balance of the masculine and feminine energies, and a merge and a unity. Again, union. This is definitely a union card. It's also to do with, the messages are to do with the planet Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, and temperance is the card of Sagittarius. Jupiter is all about, it's called the great benefic. It's all the good things. It's the earthly pleasures. It's you know, it's all about expansion, philosophy, spiritual knowledge. It's the card of seeking. It's such a positive planet. For the most part, and that is the kind of energy that I'm getting here. It has so much gravity, it has so much power. That's where the Divine Feminine is going towards. She's going towards power. She's going towards real growth, in the sense that there were things that she always wanted to do, and they were always kind of a little bit out of reach, and they never really kind of happened. But this is the time for those things to happen, the growth to happen in those kind of leaps and bounds. What's the advice card for her? So that's the major arcana. So very important things are in store for the Divine Feminine for sure. The advice card for the Divine Feminine is the card of Aries, which is lead, which is the Emperor. You have to be organized. You have to be organized. You have to lead yourself. The Emperor is all about, he's very organized, and he's like the CEO. You know, he's the one that kind of makes all the executive decisions. He's really the boss. And to be the boss, you need to be super, super, super organized, and you need to have a plan. This is his plan. He's got it in his hand. He's holding it. So whatever he wants to do, it's in your hands. And you've got to have the vision. You've got to have the belief. He's looking upwards. We've got the snakes. This is very much the Kundalini energy again, because the nadis, the Ida and the Pingala nadi, are, which are the spiritual channels that I was talking about, the solar and the lunar ones, the masculine and feminine. They are always depicted as snakes, as intertwined snakes. So that's what he's got on his crown. So Divine Feminine, it's also like your purpose. Your work and your twin flame union are very intertwined right now. There's a lot of illumination that's going to happen. Moving on to the next card, you've got the Hermit. How you feel towards the union is the Hermit, but this is all about purpose. So your purpose, not just to do with the twin flame, because you've dropped your chaser energy, you've dropped that kind of obsession, that kind of, the blinkers were very much on, but this is much more free and much more open, and this person here is looking for guidance. So he's thinking, or she's thinking, what is my purpose? So that is what is becoming clearer and clearer, and your purpose will grow. So I'm also hearing a lot of plans being made right now as well for that. And I'm getting Virgo energy. Virgo is all about selfless service. It's one of the most selfless kind of, you know, cards, even though this is the Hermit, but like, it's very much about purpose. It's very much about thinking about what you can give, that's and what you can offer, not just to the twin flame, but to and I'm seeing a heart shape as well, which is lovely in the branches of the tree. So it's very much about how you can offer love to the world, because this is Earth, and I'm seeing, you know, we're all part of the earth. You know, our bodies in yoga, our physical bodies are called the food body because it's just made up of food. So it's literally just pieces of earth. We're all the same. We all come from the same thing, no matter where we live on the planet. You know, we're all the same. So what can you offer everybody else in terms of the union? Really interesting. We've got refusing to see. This is where we were before, and it's very much about stalemates. It's about not facing up to things for whatever reason, a lack of clarity, and staying really stuck in, because of the way this guy's looking. I'm seeing fear, shame, all sorts, and just a complete lack of openness to the guidance and the knowledge and all the good stuff that you know, the higher truths have for us. Very, very stuck in lower emotions and lower joys and sorrows as well. At the center of the union, we've actually got this, which is sadness and isolation. But can you see in this particular deck, it's those things are being offered up, those things are being surrendered, those things are being really let go of. So this is where we were before. This is the Two of Swords. This is the equivalent of the Three of Swords, which is actually the card of heartbreak, but it's not about heartbreak here at all. It's about, yes, there is sadness, there is pain, especially for the divine masculine right now, but this is literally what is causing the cracks in this hard shell, this hard armor that is actually going to let the light through. I think there's a Rumi poem or you know, stanza or whatever that talks about heartbreak. Well, it was some Sufi poet who said it, but basically the cracks in our heart is what lets the light in. So it's a really, really beautiful image, and that's the message that's there today. So whatever you do, don't focus on the sadness and isolation. That's just a word. It's just the name of what it's called. But what it's actually about is the light is penetrating the absolute deepest recesses of the barriers, the walls. Yeah, a little bit of a tower energy, but it's more heart-centered than that. So it's really, really, it's going to be very, very healing, actually. And where is this going to lead? We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Two of Cups, and it's very much he has come to her, and they've both, and he's presented her this, and she's holding it. So very kind of, you know, the male being active, the feminine being receptive, those very typical archetypes. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. I mean, it's what more can I say about it? It's the twin flame card that's crowning this reading. Where there's been, and this reading's also acknowledging that there's been a lot of stalemate, delays, and resistance, but that resistance is getting broken down, and it might cause some pain, but it's gonna create the most beautiful, you know, look at it, springtime, there's this beautiful green, it's almost like those first new shoots that you see of life. Now, finally, I want to talk about what the underlying energy was. So at the bottom of the deck there was the Fool card, which I'm going to show you, but before I started the reading I was like told just look, the card underneath is really important. Look at the card underneath. So I lifted up the card, and what was underneath? The Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups was underneath the Fool. The Fool very much is all about new beginnings. This is completely like the zero point where anything is possible because nothing is here. So out of nothing, you can create anything. She is facing the reading, and I'm especially being drawn to, you know, the especially, this is especially true for the Divine Masculine. And because of the Divine Masculine, that's why it's true for the whole reading, because he's been the one delaying for a long time. But he had the World, which is the end of the cycle. It's 21. It's the last card in the Major Arcana, and then it goes straight to 0, the Fool. So, Ace of Cups underneath that. What can I say? This is just the card of, you know, and also if you want to get all binary, we've got 0 and we've got 1. So this is kind of the Alpha and the Omega. This is the polarity. So it's almost like I'm getting Divine Feminine, you just be like this overflowing cup, and the Divine Masculine is not going to be able to stay away. So stay in your heart, everybody. Just take away these messages, you know. That's just have a look at the cards. They're gorgeous. And whatever's going on right now, you can't get away from the messages that are here. I mean, they're all, no matter what your situation might look like, all of the readings, all of the cards, they all seem to be pointing to the same thing. And this is what it might feel like right now, but no, this is what is underlying everything. The Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, 0. The Alpha and the Omega. Okay, so let's leave it there. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I look forward to all of your likes, shares and comments and all the rest of it. And if you do resonate with anything that I say, you know, I also humbly appreciate all the energy exchanges, but by way of donations. Okay, thank you so much. Loads of love to all of you, and I hope you have a great Easter. Bye.